ladies and gentlemen, Happy New Year. Guess what? It's 2023. What does that mean? Every goal happens this year. God will open all those doors. You know why? We've been through so much craziness. It always says, if you can hang on, faith and persistence and all the things you go through, the reason you go through it is because something big's coming around. Hey, I believe that. This is going to be my year, your year too. So the bottom line is it's live like it always is. We've got to have fun. No tab and no pen. How you going to write it down? Got to put it here. That's the ultimate goal. So as we do this today, remember, please, all right, I'm online 6 days a week. Got a question asked, not a problem. Because to me, it's half the fun of helping people. Now, again, I don't use clip art. Those are things I've actually obtained out of the millions and billions I've obtained through corporate structure. And you can do the same thing too. This year, write it down on a tablet and a pen. Write it down. And you circle it. Mark my words. If you do everything I say to do, $5 million year. That's what it should be. See, we got to look at the IRS code. It says $5 million below a small company. So let's get the small company, then go above that too. The year you will reach all your goals as long as you follow through. Today, well, we know we got 365 days in this year. We've already lost one yesterday. So we got to make every day count. We got to start running. Look behind that curtain. Because why? If you don't learn how to do things for yourself and quit asking people to follow like sheep, you get stuck. You get disappointed. People disappoint people all the time. And I don't think that's fair. So the bottom line is going to be up to you. As you do this, please, please, please understand, I want you to get past go. I want you to accomplish everything. But again, you're going to have to follow through and learn how to do things yourself too. Now that's 750. I'm maintaining 841 right now. Actually, this morning was 842. My wife was in 844. She keeps beating me. I'll tell her because they give women better credit. And she says, honey, you're the godfather of credit. What's going on with you? Well, it's always the way it seems to be. That's okay. The bottom line, as long as she's happy, the world's happy too. Now, the 850, that's not going to happen for most people. 750 to 800 score, that's a good one. So I got the $100 million building, Lamborghini $1 million car. We got yachts. We got $5 million mansions and race boats too. Why not? If I can do it, so can you. But building you up to that first 100,000, that's kind of a pain in the ass at. You know why? Because I got to rebuild you. I have to repackage everyone that I talk to because they got all this blah, blah, blah and all over the place. It's simple. I trained Ken Yarborough, Security Chief of TRW Experian, years ago. TRW stood for The Report's Wrong, Thomas Raymond Warridge, and I understand the system because I designed some of the things that I asked him to do. Simple. We get to play. But after we get that first 100,000, it's up, up, and away. So as we do this, let's understand something. I have to add you to my credit system. All right, I developed a system a long time ago when Ken Yarborough and I wrote books on file segregation and all kinds of things. So let me add you to my system, and that way I can build your score going up, up, and away, and help you get a $5 million mansion too, if you want one just like that one I obtained. So the bottom line is, what do I have to do? Analyze you. I can tell you an average case is 30 to 60, 90 days. Can it be less? Yes. Can it be more? Yes. Because the first thing we have to do, if you want to get the American dream, is learn what you have to do, the rules and tools they never gave you in the first place. So I can analyze people and pop credit right away. You know, I popped a double platinum card this morning. He wanted a business and a personal platinum card. Literally, and they're unlimited to $1 million each. That's kind of nice, and paid over time limit too. So today, as you will realize, I'm online 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, trying to help everybody I can. So the main thing is to think. There's 1,000 steps. You have to master these steps. Every step you have to master to understand. So let's understand something today. If you master the steps and you follow through, you will have $1 million of corporate credit. It's not that hard to do. Now become a certified CFO. That means you have to have knowledge behind the knowledge of the title. Everybody wants to give themselves titles. All right? You have to have the knowledge behind it. Me, my legacy is at Ray Reynolds University. That's the ultimate goal, to leave $10 to $20 billion to. My children are officers, so they don't inherit any money. They just take over all the money. I want them to be the puppet masters. Now, in my programs, what I've always done for everyone else, because when I was 26 and I brought in $2.6 billion of everything through corporate structure, I wanted to give it for free. Nobody wanted to play with me for free. So you got to have some skin in the game. Okay, I understand. So what do? Everybody who invests in a program, I usually give them 100% to times 10 their money back. But I do it through personal business credit. You can't find anybody that does what I do anyway. And the reality is I always follow through. So the ultimate goal, you can play, and I get to play with you. But do you understand something today? You need to become a corporate millionaire. I want you to draw that diagram in front of you. I want you to just cut to the chase. You want more, and you can get more. But you got to follow through the rules and the tools. A corporation is a legal person. Public record, I'll show you. A division or subsidiary. So we have choices under a corporate umbrella. The ultimate goal is very simple. A corporation should never do business. If it does, when they sue it, they sue you and you're the duck. A corporation managing divisions or subsidiaries like your banks like B of A, Chase, U.S. Bank, and Wells Fargo. All right, that's what they do. They take locations and they bankrupt those pieces, and then they get a tax credit. You go home and go boo-hoo-hoo, because then you complain about rich and famous people too. It's ridiculous. Sam's Club, 1,204 locations. All right, Geico ran out of California last year. 11 cities filed bankruptcy. How did they do that? Well, simple. They created the Chapter 9 bankruptcy under the Federal Protection Act. They get bankrupt at debt and stay in business and do it right in front of you. So your problem is you didn't learn to play. I did right winning the game of business 44 years ago. Maybe you'll learn something today. So number one, stop bringing the pain home because you never had to in the first place. Number two, become a certified CFO with knowledge. Number three, reprogram your brain into millionaire status. You got to get millionaire status. So what we got to do is understand something, the blueprint. See, when I build anything, houses or whatever I do, there's a blueprint. There's schematics, right? We got to understand there's a blueprint and there's structure to all of this. Now we got basically have to look at the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. Very simple. July 9th, 1869, 153 and a half years ago. What did they do? They made a corporation a legal person. See, the 1% win, and you get to lose because we're we the people. See, here we get SSN, got to pay tax before we get our money to pay our leftover, to pay our bills. Over here, the corporation doesn't have to pay tax till it makes the money, and then pays the bills and pays tax on the leftover. See, knowing how to play is how you get to win. Today, it's very simple. I always have thoughts every day, but I like to give one out every week. It's very simple today. This year, you will reach all your goals. If you put your mind to it, there's no goal you cannot reach. God gave you the tools, and I'm going to give you the rules He gave me to give you. But it's up to you to follow through too. $5 million a year. That's the minimum as far as I'm concerned. Because this year I will be bringing over $100 million to $1 billion. So understand something today. It's very simple to understand how to play. I have my two biggest goals I have for me. And I have 941 of them to play. First thing we have to do today is understand. I have my first goal is Faizuli's Colombian coffee. I'm setting up coffee locations with Colombian food as coffees as well as a drive-thru. I plan on being Starbucks competition. And everybody goes, well, that's not possible. Neither is having the highest kick on the planet and bringing millions and billions. I've been proven the world wrong since I could walk and run. The next thing is I have my homeless parks. I've been working on homeless programs for years because my solution is very simple. Okay, this is mine and your year if you want it to be and you follow through, but it's up to you. For instance, Faizuli's Colombian Coffees, my first one's in Riverside. All right, and what we're going to do, everyone's a division. So that way it can make money. But see, I have a problem. One of these locations might not work out. I might have the wrong employee, supplier, and creditor. So what if it screws up? I'm going to do what? Disconnect, isolate, or basically bankrupt a piece and save the other pieces. All right, you got to learn how to play, but that's the goal. The homeless parks. See, here's the problem. They keep trying to build these homeless, all right, affordable housing. Sorry, it doesn't really work. Under every freeway, Every 6 miles is a dead zone in every city. I want to convert the dead zone into a homeless park so they can go there in the little houses and little store and all the things we do. Before the pandemic, I had my truck, half of it had washer and dryer, the other had showers. The other three was food trucks. If you gave me cans and bottles, I fed you. If you don't give me cans and bottles, I don't give you nothing. Because the reality is you got to earn your keep too. So my homeless parks is one of my programs. I have 25 acres donated to me in Riverside, and that'll be the prototype. Then I'm getting all the rich and famous clients involved, so I'm going to name the parks after them, endorse it. Where you think they're going to give them? They're going to give them some money too. They got to offset taxes. So we get to do all these goodies. But that's the good thing we're going to do this year. That's just 2 of them. Have some fun. So the biggest problem most people have to start a business, they're afraid to. They don't lose what they got. They hold themselves back. And then they don't think they can accomplish their goal. To me, that's pretty sad. See, the reason people are afraid, because they keep bringing the pain home. The lack of knowledge is the stupidity of man and woman. And none of us are stupid. The problem is no one taught you rules and tools how to play to make sure you don't bring the pain home any given day. But understand, it's like structure. Let's think about something today. Here's a corporation. All right, it's a management company. Each division is a line of defense. So this means if a corporation manages divisions, the divisions become the ducks. Problem you have if you have a corp and they sue you, you're the duck. And then they come get you. And then you got to basically what? They're going to knock you down. If a corporation manages divisions like grocery stores and banks and cities do, you can get rid of a piece, stay in business, protect the corp, and protect your family. See, that's how you don't bring the pain home. All right, you got to understand how to play and put all your ducks in a row. That's what you got to do. Quit being a sheep. Unfortunately, most people, they don't want to learn things. They just want to follow like, man, I'm a sheep. Where do I go? Isn't it true that sheep go to slaughter? I'll bet you had a friend and family member rip you off. How about an attorney and CPA? How about today we learn things for ourselves? And you learn how to play. Then you can talk to those people and have some more knowledge than they do. That's the ultimate goal. Because I'm the incorporator for rich and famous people. People coming out of prison. People that are homeless too. And what most people do? They sit around that kitchen table. They get excited. We're going to start a business. Let's everybody get together. Let's hold hands and sing Kumbaya. And then what do? Let's jack up the credit cards. Let's hawk the house. Let's screw it up and blame the world for our own stupidity. That's what most people do. They blame everyone else. When you jack up your personal credit, that's called stupidity. I'm sorry. Don't take it personally. There's no reason you had to in the first place. If you're going to use more, you should have asked her to increase the limit before you jacked it up anyway. You can't write off diddly squat. All right, and then you bring the pain on because you went past 29%. Plop. And what did you do? You backed yourself in a corner. You know what happens when you back yourself in a corner? It feels like you're helpless, and that sucks. All right, that's not a feeling everybody wants. So write down today's date, and let's learn to play. I want you to do everything I tell you to do. It's if you want to get that $100 million building, $1 million Lamborghini, $5 million mansion, and some yachts too. How about we write down 90 working days from now? It's going to take you that to hear it again and again. Because you got to understand something today. When I wrote the Millionaires Founders Kit, that was fun. I was at the Bonaventure, 32 years. Every Wednesday night, 5,000 a set. Then how about the real estate system? Well, I invented Homestead Blocker, UCC one in Chattel Mortgage. How to get millions and millions of dollars in real estate. How about the financial series, Become the Bank? I wrote that when I was the largest registered agent in the world before I died in a coma. And I sold 10 times more than Nevada Corp. Anybody in the planet still to this day. So if you want the 18 books and CDs, it's $9.99. You get a discount today. Or if you spend $9.99, I give it to you for free. Is that okay? See, you don't know when you start a business if you're going to fall off the cliff. They're going to catch you. They're going to push you down. You better hold your breath because doing a business is like, but so's life. It's like the devil wants to kick our ads. 2023, you mark this day down. Between now and the end of the year, you do what I tell you to do, and I'll tell you what, you have above $5 million company. That's your ultimate goal. My journey was not so easy. I got born in a taxi. She didn't want me. She threw me in the trash can. I got to be a Mrs. Hope, and she abused and abused me too. Well, your beginning can begin today with me if you want to. See, I do something every day. I've done it since I was 2.5 years old. I get on my knees and I say, thank you, Jesus, for another day. I don't know why I did, but I did as a kid. And then I look in the mirror. And then I put myself in check. See, I didn't get a mommy and a daddy like you, true mommy and a daddy. I just got used and abused and a bunch of BS. It's crap, but that's okay. See, I got no one to count on but me. So I look in the mirror every day. Have I completed everything I need to? No. More to be done. Is there more to be done? Yes. So then I realized God and me. Simple. See, your problem, I believe, is you listen to your friends and family and all the people around you that have never accomplished millions and billions like me. Why don't you quit listening to a bunch of dummies and quit clouding your direction? Is that okay? See, here I am with millions and millions of dollars having fun. 6 days a week helping people. July 4, 2009. My beautiful wife wants to take out a group of people on one of my 3 yachts. Why not? Next day I'm in a coma. Well, that sucks. H1N1? Tax attorney tricks my wife to sign a POA? The nurse asks my wife if I'm a donor? They're going to rip out my heart and take it away? But then I got a choice to stay in peace or go back. I said go back. You see, the bottom line is excuses don't pay the bills. One of my books coming out, don't be offended. It's called Bullshit Doesn't Pay Your Bills. I've been shot twice with a gun. I've been knifed 6 times. I got to move 24 times by the time I was 11 and a half years old. I went to school in Watts, Torrance, Hawthorne, and Long Beach. All the good areas. You had to do one thing, kick assets or run, and I didn't like to run, I'd rather die. So I'll give you just one thing. You want to feel sorry for yourself? You got 3 seconds. You're done. Now let's go get it. See it, believe it, go get it. One of my books coming out this year is called Jesus is Not a Drive-Thru. Because he's not. It's a way of life, not a moment in time. It's up to you to understand what that means too. Get your past go? Simple. How about I show you some of the Lamborghini collections and the Duffys and the mansions? How about that I broke the record for the highest kick on the planet in 1981 to prove that white men do jump and stupid people say we don't? How about race boats in the backyard, helicopters, U-Docks, and yachts? Why not? How about some Ferraris? Isn't that fun? I like the American dream. You see, to get out of hell for me, I had to study more than anybody I could. I'm lucky I got an IQ of 2 or 3 of total recall on most things that I do. Ray's rules. Learn to master that today. Remember, blueprint. See it, believe it, go get it. No more excuses. Oh, to stand. Now write down section 611. Write it down. They say you can rebuild your credit yourself, but the problem is you don't know the rules and tools how to play. I'm going to give you some of those today. Credit repair is a fraud. I didn't say it. Federal Trade Commission says it every day. It's simple. It's a fraud. Now, the Better Business Bureau, they're the largest Ponzi on the planet still to this day. I sued them in '79 and proved my point. But you know what happened? At KBC, Walt Disney, none of them will pay that $625 for an A rating. You see, the Better Business Bureau was indicted 2013. They're a fraud. They're a Ponzi. They were even kicked out of cities. But then they show that 2020 and CNN will show you the truth. It'll set you free. But they do show the Lexington law has 4 government agencies chasing them with creditrepair.com and 755 complaints. Well, all I can tell you about that is be careful. See, credit repair is not supposed to collect money up front. Oh, LifeLock. Oh, Mark, my client, started that years ago. He was actually a crook when he started it. Maybe he's doing better now. Do you know they've been indicted 6 times? Their last indictment's $100 million. But they're on all the commercials. That's kind of sad. All I can tell you today is be careful with that too. So what do we get to do? Federal Trade says credit repair is a fraud. They can't collect money up front. And what are you going to do? Bottom line is simple. Credit repair it sucks. It's a fraud. Now let's understand, if you dispute or the credit bureau or credit repair companies dispute to creditors, they might charge off an item or two. Usually it pisses them off. All right, because you're trying to trick a computer and lie. Not mine, not late. They get more aggressive. And the bottom line, then your score goes down. Well, that kind of sucks. See, the score you're trying to get it to a 750 score. And they have no magic wand. Sorry, credit repair does not pay off your debt. So if you owe a debt and you have a collection agency or something, you got to negotiate, man up and woman up, take care of the problem, knock off this crap, own up to your responsibility. You really want a 750? We're going to call it the KISS method. You got an open collection account, negotiate. Next, you have to maintain 25-29% and understand the rules and tools I designed for Yarborough years ago. And then you got to have a rapid refresh. If you do that, you'll get a 750 and above. That's all you got to do. We're going to call it the KISS method. So basically what I'm going to tell you is very simple. Credit repair doesn't work. Credit rebuilding can work if you're part of the program. That's the only thing you have to realize. You have to be part of the program to understand. So goodies, again, I don't use clip art. I tell you to show you the truth, the rules and tools. I'm probably the most verified person on the planet today. Let's give you the first 25 steps today. How about you go to annualcreditreport.com or Raise Credit. We'll get you the reports for free. Is that okay? We'll get you the reports for free. Because that way you can look at them. Because what it has to do is very simple. That's step number one. Now the next thing, you have to let me analyze your credit. I have to look at your Experian, your Transu, and Equifax. If you allow me to do this, I can tell you exactly what you need to do in your part, what I'll do, and I can guarantee it. Average case could take 90 working days if you follow through and do what you're told to do. Now, we got to go back to basics. I'd like you to get out your Social Security card, out of your personal wallet right now, please. Here's the application none of you paid attention to. You know, if you did, you skimmed over it, blah, blah, blah. No, you didn't dissect it. From now on, you're going to dissect things. The application for Social Security card. So let's understand what it says, all right, truly. Line 1, name to be shown on card. You see that, right? Full name at birth, other than above, other names you use. You were instructed to get an SSN, all right, before Nixon took the gold standard out. If not, Mommy did it at the hospital because she was handed this form right after you were delivered, within an hour, because they got to bond you and print some more money. So understand today. Look at your Social Security card. You'll find that it says, in most cases, do not laminate, don't use for ID purposes. And it always says, basically, all right, don't carry with you. Then it says property of Social Administration on you, government agency. By the way, that's the IRS. So you're not even supposed to use it for ID, but you use it for credit. I guess you broke the rules. Oh, well, what can I say? So the bottom line is the SSN was equal for the 1040 tax return. So let's understand what next comes from there. You got your first paycheck, remember that? Long time ago, that first paycheck, you thought you were ripped off. Where's my money? Then they pointed out to you, the IRS gets their cut before you get the leftover. That's what makes us a bunch of sheep and a bunch of ducks. Quack, quack, meh. Your problem is you didn't look at the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. Instead of being a sheep, why don't you look behind the curtain where it says, a corporation's a legal person. SS4. Let's learn to play today. Write down irs.gov. Can you do that for me, please? Then write down 1244. I want you to man up and woman up and learn how to play. You can take your SSN and SS4 and have an S corporation and pay almost no tax at all, as long as you play by the rules. See, that's not hard to do. But what your problem is, you got an SSN, and you get one. 9 out of 10 people screw that up all the time. That's how they got bad credit. No one taught them rules and tools how to play. That's how it's easier for the 1%ers to basically be on top of you. SS4 equals 1120. They sue the corporation, they sue you. So we have a problem in California. We have a franchise tax fee for every corporation, $800 a year. I didn't want to pay that. So I did my research in 85 and 86, and I created divisions of a corporation under the corporate umbrella, one franchise tax fee and the rest are free. And then I can separate my liability. Your problem is you're a duck, quack, quack. You like to be a sheep too? You see, if you create the line of defense, every division gets credit. You can write off the interest rate in the credit card all the what you want to. Instead of jacking this up, because that's stupid. I mean, nobody's stupid. Why would they do something stupid anyway? Oh, I hear it all the time. No one taught me, Ray. Who taught me? I had to learn myself too. Become a certified CFO. All right? The problem is you chose to be a sheep, and that stops today. You're going to reprogram your brain my way. SSN equals, I'm a sheep. What do I do? SS4, fly like an eagle and learn to win every time. So what do we get to do now? I get to repackage you because you already screwed up the SSN. I got to rebuild that. Then I got to help you be a CFO for the corp and the divisions. At the same time, I'd like you to let me, please, give you an SS4 into your name. I'd like to choose wisely too. See, I want to show you and prove something to you today, how you can put all your ducks in a row. So we looked at that form again. Here we go. Application for Social Security card. There's our line 1 again. It's for SSN for SS what? For a 1040 tax return, and then in the corner, right in that little corner there, blow it up. It says SS5. It's IRS. Hey, let's compare SS5 to SS4. Is that okay? Line 1 there says legal name of entity or individual person. Are you a person? Are you flesh? Does that hurt? See, we got a legal person of law, a corporation, or legal flesh. Flesh pays tax and then pays their bills. Law doesn't pay tax until there's nothing left over after they pay their bills. Kind of weird, huh? That's the way they designed it. So let's see. SS4 for corporation, division, subsidiary. I can put your name on line 1. Would that be okay with you? See, you can learn to play. Do you know this is the only application, if you tore it apart in the first place, on the planet that allows reason to apply banking and credit purposes right there in your face? And then it says you can get 1 per entity. You only get 1 SSN. You only get 1 chance to try. And everybody screws it up and brings the pain home. That's called stupidity. Sorry to say. SS4 gives you the chance to get more. Why a corporation? Oh, goody. Again, corporation receives money, can pay all the bills, then pay tax on the leftover. It's called buffering tax. SSN can't do that. Corporate credit, you get to write it all off and it's straight in the line of credit too. Can't do that to you. You're still a duck. You can buy a car at fleet price and register to a division. You can stay at a hotel and get a corporate rate and get the free buffet. Ooh, I like the divisions. That's my line of defense. If I screw up and go get another one, I'll be damned if I bring that pain home like you. What the hell would you do in the first place? I don't get that. Oh, the lack of knowledge. There you go. There's the excuse. All right, they're cheap. They're multiple functions. Buy at wholesale price. Multiple credit reports. Ooh, how many would you like? Isn't that fun? I get a couple of these and I get 10 more too. There's no excuse for you not to get to the basic understanding to repackage your life and stop bringing the damn pain home. I don't get it. Real estate. Separate liability. See, divisions give you the line of defense to give it a try. As long as I'm trying, I'm not dying. If I'm not trying, I must well be dead. That's how I look at it. Now, I'm going to give you a guarantee. But that means the guarantee is only as good as you follow through. You got to be part of the program. If I'm going to rebuild your credit, you got to understand what I asked you to do. And you better follow through. Do not violate. In other words, don't jack up credit and don't get a bunch of damn inquiries too. If you do, I got to close your case or charge you another fee. Call 800-510-3338. If you got a specialist, you talk to them or you talk to Santos, the floor manager. Simple. See, this side changes. And what you understand, it changes because you created credit under SSN. The other thing is past can't chase future. So write it down. What if you have an IRS problem? IRS.gov. They have to give you a form. Have to. 656 433 A and B. It's your constitutional right. You have the ability to repackage you if you want to. Now, I created Rapid Refresh and Rapid Rescore 37 years ago. Isn't that fun? I usually can make scores go up and away about 200 points. So again, a Rapid Rescore kind of blocks bad crap, pushes scores up so you get to juggle a little bit and solve some problems. We all steal from Peter to pay Paul to make Mary happy, right? So getting a 750, I can get it done for you. But you got to be part of the program and you got to follow through. Because I got to repackage every one of you. That's just the bottom line. So remember, to get a 750 score, you got an open collection account, negotiate. 29% ruling on revolving cards in a Rapid Rescore. You do that, 3 steps, call basically what? The KISS method. You'll have a 750 and above. 750, no problem. Here's what happens. I want to rebuild your credit, tear it apart. I want you basically to let me do the Rapid Rescore as well. From there, I want you butt in my classes on Saturday and Wednesday as well. Then I'm going to show you get a 750. You got to follow through. Now I usually charge $1,000 to do all that work. Rapid are $500 a piece. And I'm going to give you a $500 credit card back to you. And then during the broadcast, I'm going to pay for the Rapid for you and discount that to $499. I pay the first Rapid for you, so don't screw it up because the next one's on you. Take a picture of Zelle today. Ray Reynolds, recipient. Ray at rayscredit.com. When you Zelle, always put what you Zelle for and then put your email there too. It's simple. I like simple. You get assigned a specialist. The specialist holds your hand every step of the way, and they get to guide you through the paralegals back to the classes with me. Now, if you give me 5 referrals that sign up, I might build you up to $10,000 more credit for you if you like. Now, here's a part you have to do. I need you to write down 888-567-8688. I need you to write down this phone number. Here's the biggest problem you have. You are on the national mailing list. You did it to yourself. Sorry, you're a voter. All right, you did your tax returns. All right, you got a corporation or you got a cable bill. You get the robocalls and the junk mail because you did it to yourself. If they let me set up the rules, nobody would get all those damn robocalls. But they'd rather sell you a bunch of crap so they can solve a problem. Kind of like when I wrote that law and bill in 1998, how to get rid of identity theft. It's on the books, but they don't enforce it too because they like to write it all off when you screw it up. So opt out for 5 years, please. You got some choices today. Step 4. Now step 5 is important. You see, you allowed somebody to rip you off. A friend and family member. You did. Isn't that good? And then on top of that, you spent thousands on something on crap didn't work. You didn't get a life coach. Someone who's willing to take on anybody when they think they know anything. I'll take on anybody on the planet in the open forum. All right, believe it or not, I got Total Recall 203. And I'll take on anybody who thinks they know about personal business credit. Okay, any place. I love to do it because like right now I'm kind of bored. I like to have some fun with people, to challenge them, see if they really know diddly squat. Now I need you to write down safety credit. Here's where you screw up. All of you do. Take your cards in your personal wallet today. You write down the limit. You maintain 25% always. You never go past 29%. I wrote the rules and tools for your role years ago. See, that creates your line of defense. The moment you take a card past, all right, 29%, plop. So if I get you a $10,000 card, you better tell me it's worth $2,900, unless it's one of the perfect cards. So 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. So the sticky will help you get the discipline down. Isn't that fun? So the bottom line today, balance your debt. See this? $500 card to $25,000. Remember, you can't take pictures. You better write it down up here, because I don't allow pictures in recording. So the bottom line is there's a science behind the madness. You know the only cards on the planet they don't use the 29% rule are gold and platinum cards. So if you had these, they have 2 limits: paid over time, or and unlimited to $1 million. You get the personal ones that'll help you quit jacking this stuff up and quit being stupid. I don't understand why anybody screw up their credit in the first place. There's no reason to. But again, what can I say? No one taught me, Ray. That's all I hear all day. You got 2 perfect cards on the planet. Again, they don't use the 29% rule. And what they are, they have perfect cards. Business and personal. And understand something. Paid over time. You can max the suckered out and help not screw this up again. And then they're unlimited up to $1 million. Now, if you want me to build one of those up for you, I charge you $1,000. Because I have history and all kinds of goodies. But it's up to you when you want me to do that too. Now, I need you to understand something. When you lose your job, have an emergency, everybody does the same silly and dumb thing. They run out of time, they run out of money, and then they go jack this up in 42 days. I don't understand. I'm sorry. I call that stupidity. You see, here's the thing. Before you jack up a card, ask them to increase it. The next thing, you never had to jack this up, because here's the problem. You can't write off diddly squat. You jack it up, you get stuck, you can't get any more. You backed yourself in a damn corner. That sucks. That's also called stupidity, I'm sorry to say. Now, let's pretend today you needed $5,000 now. Go ask your friends, your family, the bank. They'll all say no when you need it. Did you know the average person, probably you, wastes $50 every other day on a bunch of junk? Here's a $500 card. Nope, it's $5,000. $5,000 card. If I max that sucker out, because it's a safety credit card, the payment is $50 a month. See, your income is your lifestyle. People think credit's free friggin' money until they screw it up and realize they screwed it up. It's like anything else. I always say the average person wastes $140 a week. If I take off $50,000 of a corporate credit card, $50,000, the payment is $612.26. So that means the average person, what they piss away in a given month, You could have bought two pizza restaurants with a drive-thru using some common sense. What amazing that could be. Today, reaching your goals. You have to believe in yourself. Me, I believe in God and I believe in me. When I was kicking the door jam at 10, then I start kicking the basketball, they go, what? I'd freak them out. But I freaked out the teachers when I wrote with both hands and talked at the same time too, and I recoded the book in my head and told them they were wrong. Page 12 didn't say that, it said this. No. They couldn't figure it out. You see, all I knew is one thing. Alright? It's very simple for me. White men do jump, stupid people say we don't. You got to understand, when Nixon took the gold standard out, no one paid attention to that too. Why don't you write down Ray's rules today? Let's get you 100,000 or personal. Then don't use more than 29%. That gives you $71,000 safety credit case, blankets a fan, lost a job, or pandemic. Don't ever use this to start a business. That's called stupid. Use this. You get to write off the insurance and the credit card. And listen carefully. If you screw it up, you can get rid of a division and protect the corp and you. Why the hell would you not do that too? If you make the money, you absorb the taxation usually. I don't understand stupidity. I'm sorry. I've been teaching and preaching for 44 years. Where the blank have you been? And I got to ask God to forgive me every day since I'm a pastor too. Because I want you to have Ray's rules in the blueprint. Your cake and eat it too. Step number 7. Never bring the pain home. Become a certified CFO. You got a choice today. There I am dead, so I look like dead. H1N1. Why don't you Google the address? You find out I'm factually verifiable. I like yachts and big yachts and the largest U-Dock in Huntington Harbor. The devil's trying to hold us back and kick our butts and hold us down too. But God's delays are never God's denials. So even the NACB certified me as the #1 consultant worldwide personal business credit and signed by the ex-security chief at TRW and Experian too. Wow! Big deal. School, I got all the degrees and all the blah, blah, blah. You don't learn what you do unless you do the world test. You learn as you go. Understand something. I want you to break even. I want your house payment to help you break even. Anything above that, I want it in the corporation. I want you to balance your debt. See, the time you spend with me, I don't want you to think. I just want you to do. The more you think, the more you screw it up. My way, my way, my way, always my way. Balance your debt. It's the only way you're going to get there. Corporation's a legal person, so it's got credit life. I want to get you 10 credit cards per division. That's over $1 million. The bank cannot give you that too. So this is not legal accounting advice. This is using my blueprint. Remember this year? We just started today. This is a $5 million year. You do what I tell you to do every step. At the end of the year, you'll have $5 million plus and reach your goals. But if you don't listen, that's on you. Now understand something. I love the banks because they want to give you a line of credit. They have called checkbook money up to $150,000, no tax return. But you got to be 2 years old. If you did it last year, you're good for this year. But if you didn't, you kind of blew it. But it's okay. I have a solution for you. I always have a solution. There's always a way to play. So here's up to $5.4 million of credit. Checkbooks. All right, line of defense, divisions, and more. So the ultimate thing's simple. I set up 25 extra corporations last year in California and 5 nonprofits. So understand, you can take a corporation in any state, qualified in your state, wherever you're at, and call it a foreign corporation, and now you have the 2 years. That's if you want checkbook money. Now I charge $1,999 for one of those corporations, but then I add $10,000 of credit for the fun of it too. Ultimate goal, you get to reimburse yourself too. Wow! And it's a Zell, now. I only have 24, but I have sold 2 the other day, so I got 23 left. Maybe you're going to get one before I run out of them too. $100,000, got to build that up. Then we get past that, we get to the million. Why not? I brought in my first million at 14 and a half. When I invented Car Finder and a bunch of other things too. You see, I bought my first Lamborghini when I was 14 and a half at an auction. What did you get? I didn't get a mommy and a daddy like you, but I got my boom, boom, boom. This year we have 18 expos. Why don't you check it out? I think you'll like looking at the 4 points of income. Franchise, they stayed open during pandemic. Real estate, how about profit sharing? How about leveraging money too? You see, I don't think you have any idea how to leverage money. I think the problem with all of you, you're so smart in what you do, You got to open your mind and listen to what I'm telling you today, because you could change your life if you want to. Here's chapter 18. This is a corporation's a legal person. What did it say again? A legal person that may sue or be sued. Let me circle it for you. Now, I heard this when I was 7.5 years old. I was at Mrs. Hope's house being used and abused. She was a real... Anyway, and so I heard it. I wrote it down. They told me it was weird. I was in the corner writing things down. And then I went to the library the next day. I went to the library next to the Torrance Police Department. I rode my little bicycle there. And I basically said, "Man, what does this mean?" She walked away. She was rude. Came back. "Here's a microfiche. Here's a buck." Okay, I thought she was going to kill me. "Microfiche buck." Oh, yeah, it's like a witch. She was a real bee. I read the book. See, I was looking for a blueprint to get out of hell. To this day, you can't find a blueprint that I basically, like mine, designed that helps you really get rules and tools. All the theory and all the BS that's out there is ridiculous. So what did I do after 2 years of going back to the library? I sent away a little money order. The Secretary of State of California. You know what I got? Corporation named Helping Hand Industries at 9.5. 100,000 of credit in the mail. I got named to the movie Dave too. You see, I found out at 9.5 all corporations are free. You pay a filing fee. If you spent thousands on a corporation to attorney CPA corporate service, you killed money. That's called stupid. You didn't learn diddly squat. Now, I'm also an affiliate for 37 years. That means I can take a tax ID and create a credit report. Would you like one? Would you like one or two? Every corporation should get credit, cash credit, right off the insurance and the credit card. So it's a division we could play, and you could learn to be a certified CFO. Now, I did it for my cat to prove my point. Years ago, I turned my Harold Stokes, my attorney and mentor. He went nuts. What did you do? I wanted to prove my point. He said, "Well, you did." I go, "No, I didn't. No one's paying attention." Inc. magazine interviews me. And I said, use plastic to finance your business because you get to write off the insurance and the credit card and a line of credit. Who the hell wants to take it from their family? It's stupid. I don't get it. I've been teaching in 44 years. Where the hell you been? This is number 45th year this year. All right, you're going to pay attention this year and understand cats have 9 lives? I think you should have 9 lives too. Why don't you build your line of defense so you get another chance to try? Every one of you has shitty credit today. You backed yourself in a corner. You didn't give yourself a second chance. That's ridiculous. Sorry, it's just the truth. You give me and let me get a tax ID for you, I can build a credit report. Oh, goody. Then I get you cash credit. You can line yourself up for checkbook money. Wow. Just what we get to do. Now, the reason you want me to do it for you, pay attention. Write it down. You can't take a picture. All right, line of defense. One division screws up, bankrupt the damn thing, go get another one. But just don't have the intent to do fraud. Your banks, your grocery stores, and your cities do this in your face. Your problem, you didn't look around the curtain. You're too busy being a sheep. So understand, they're cheap. The multiple functions, bought, wholesale price, multiple credit reports, real estate, separate liability. So if you allow me, I can set you up in a Experian, Equifax, and a TransUnion credit report under tax ID. Legally. Isn't that fun? Now, if you want $1 million of credit, it takes 9 divisions. That's what it's going to take to set it up. Sorry, it's just the truth. So the bottom line divisions give you the line of defense. So let's understand something today. If you had a corporation as a management company like I'm telling you to do, and if you're a business corporation doing business, that's called stupidity. The moment they sue you, you're a duck. You better duck when they sue you because they're going to come get everything you got. But a management company managing divisions, I can get 1 card if you like. My next question, would you like 99 more cards? How many would you like? Under the Federal Lending Act, you can get 99 more cards. That's $100 million. How much credit would you like? How about a piece of property? How about a franchise? If one screws up, you go 8 months to go and set up another one too. See, business is a numbers game, but you don't know how to play. That's your biggest problem today. See, I like goodies. Like goodies? I like goodies. Just a couple goodies I obtained. Or if I showed all the goodies all my life, I'd take 3 days. All right, now it'd probably take 3 weeks. All kinds of goodies. I like yachts and race boats. You like this one in the big building? Or you like this one? Which one do you like? Oh, register to a division? So the division's the duck, not me? Boom, boom. Oh, I like that. Even the Harley, going with Neil Diamond on the Royal Friday was fun. We get all the goodies. How many goodies would you like? You see, your problem is you've been being a sheep too long. Whereas to me, I wanted out of hell. I didn't like being abused as a kid. So a true rags to riches story, you have no idea. So if you got a problem with the corporation, it's a management company, it's the division, the line of defense, you have to write down the 3-step I invented for you. You're going to have a meeting, and then you're going to vote and elect and disconnect. And if you can't save it, so we get vote, elect, disconnect, incorporate. If we can't save it after trying after about 6 months, we're going to bankrupt that damn thing and go get another one, another one, another one, another one. We're going to win the game. Tax ID, credit reports. We get to have fun too. See, it's like when I wanted a Rolex. When I was at the Bonaventure, they'd see the Lamborghini, the Ferrari, whatever they'd see. Mr. Reynolds, where's your Rolex? I'm not spending that kind of money. I came from Gardena. I don't piss away money. So basically, I finally decided to play a game. I set up a division for jewelry. I got Rolex to send me the watch overnight. I got a wholesale price. And so I figured if this worked, great. If it didn't, I'd send it right back. The invoice is due in 30 days. Wow, what am I going to do? I put a loan on a watch that did not own. Simple, $46,000. I paid the invoice for the watch I did not own. Leftover money I put in the bank to maintain the payments to watch I didn't own. By the time I was done playing my game, I got it for free. I like free Rolex, don't you? But again, it's up to you. See, it's like when I fix up properties, and I built my first mansion. It was called a castle. It's in Nelligale. It's called Ray's Manor to this day. You see, I had a division for carpet, appliances, fixtures, and wood. I don't pay retail for anything. Why would I? Why would you? It makes no sense to kind of screw up money. I'm the original OPM, by the way. So a division, what happens? I do the paperwork. I do the tax ID. I add $2,000 of history for you. All right, and I set up the credit reports. And I charge $500 a piece. You want 3, it's $1,500. There you go. And you Zelle. And in the Zelle, you tell me what you Zelle for. That's all you got to do. See, 2023 is for you. 5 million minimum if you do exactly what I tell you to do. You got a choice today. I want you to get $1 million of cash credit cards. I want a $5 million checkbook money this year. That's your goal this year. All right, it takes the money to build the business. If you can get the money, you can get the honey, and you can write it all off too. I'm online 6 days a week. No excuses for you. I have a boot camp, which I'm calling Setting the Tone, coming up. It's a 3-day event. This 3-day event, we're going to go through and have some fun. This is where you're going to get level 1, 2, and 3 in specialty classes for 90 days. $50,000 of cash credit. About $14,000 of bonuses. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to go through my Millionaires Founders Kit, Real Estate System, Financial Series, Become the Bank, Tax Balancing, and Buckets of Money in more detail. 3 days you're stuck with me. By the time your brain will want to fall out, put some ice cubes on it. It's a $10,000 event. It's discounted today to $4,999 if you want the goodies. Simple. If you don't want the bonuses, it's $1,000 a day. All right, very simple. From here, Ray Reynolds, millionaire member. We're taking 25 people putting in this, and I have a handful left. It's very simple. The interview. These people have to be interviewed in detail. All right, take about an hour, and from there I'm going to inventory that person or their family or their business. House, car, personal asset, business, credit cards, credit, goals, and what they have to do. Because I'm going to take and design a blueprint, customize for every one of them. I want them to reach that $5 million this year. I want no excuses. We have a Zoom every 2 meetings with the whole group. First Zoom meeting is January 9th, next week. You better get your butt in it today. If not, you're going to miss your opportunity. I haven't done one of these since 2008. It's my last one I'm ever going to do. It's simple. Weekly calls with me. But the call is, I'm calling you to push you to make sure you did your checklist. You don't have to write a goal list after you give me your goals. I'm going to give you the checklist, and I'm going to push you what you're going to accomplish every week. And if I got to drag you up the hill, I'm going to do that too. This is where you get 6 months of level 1, 2, and 3 in specialty classes. First classes start this week. If you're a client from last year, you're not in any classes, not even tomorrow or Wednesday. All right, your classes ended at the end of the year. So $100,000 of bonus cash credit. But the goal is, if you got enough divisions, teach you out of daisy chain that up to $5 million. But again, it's a $10,000 package. It's $5,000 down and $1,000 a month for 5 months. It's simple, paid in full. You save 10%. It's a 6-month boot camp. You're stuck with me weekly. From there, you're going to get these setting the tone for free. That's the ultimate goal. From here, if you don't want the credit or the bonus because you think you already have it all, then it's $49.99. You just paid in full, you save 10%, you put $9.99 down, $1,000 a month. But then that's just going to the 6-month program with no bonus class or credit. Again, it's a broadcast discount. It's a Zelle, and a message in the Zelle. Put what you Zelle for. See, I even have specialty classes. See, not everybody wants to do real estate or nonprofit and leverage your money. I think they should. So this Saturday, all right, the 7th, at 3 o'clock, we have a division and subdivision class. Ultimate goal. It's $9.99 for 90 days of specialty classes. If all you want is this one for divisions, subdivisions, is $299. And then you have to Zelle, put what you Zelle for, and send me your email address so I can send you the link. Remember, I like checkbook money. I like all the money I can get, cash, credit in the beginning. So that's checkbook money, up to $5.3 million. And you get to play and accomplish any goal you want to. Now let's remember something today. When I wrote the books on Dun & Bradstreet 20 years ago, you got all these tickety ding-dongs talking about how to get, supply credit, vendor credit. All they're doing is copying my book and CD. Hell, I get that for free. Okay? You can't pay your bills for your company on a Staples card. So when it comes to being a certified CFO, all cash credit, you have to be one of those. Period. Just like when I popped the 2 platinum cards this morning, $1 million each, paid over time. Personal business, double down at the same time. Within 5 minutes, it was fun. See, if you really want to reach your goal, every division, entity, and corporation needs $150,000 of checkbook money and $100,000 of credit card money. It's a total write-off. See, when you use this to start a business, that's stupid. You can't write off diddly squat and use your personal credit. You screwed up and dropped the pain where? Home, because you dropped your score and got stuck. Using this is borrowed money, is not taxable. Write off the interest rate and the credit card and the line of credit. If you win, absorb the taxation usually. If you lose, bankrupt a division, go get another one, another one. Most of you are stuck. You can't try again because you didn't give yourself a second chance and a backup. When you retire, don't forget your bills never go away. Get your cake and eat it too, please. Become a certified CFO. Never bring the pain home. In my events, I used to make them stick their hand out like this and go, "You're a duck, you're a sheep, you're an SSN." The other hand would go, "Hey, I'm an SS4. I don't pay tax unless I make a profit." So here I get an income. They tax it. Then I get my leftover. I have to pay my bills and live on the leftover. No wonder that's why people use the excuse they jacked up their credit. Then over here is a corporation. We're allowed to receive the money, not pay bills first. Nope. We're allowed to pay the bills first, then pay the tax on the leftover. Is that how rich and famous people never pay tax? They have a line of credit more than they bring in. Isn't that fun? IRS public record. Why don't you write down irs.gov again? Let's write down 1244. And let's have an SSN and SS4 file one tax return called an S Corp and break even. Isn't that fun? And get to the $5 million dream. If I handed you a check today for $1 million hypothetically, what would you do? You'd be silly enough to put it in your personal bank account because your tax attorney would tell you to. I'd say that's called stupidity. You get $375, you get to keep, the rest goes in the IRS's pocket. I would have told you put it in a division of you and your corporation. Pay all your bills first, then pay tax on the leftover. No leftover, no tax. Wow, what a concept. So the bottom line today is like this gentleman. His name is Richard. He won Survivor the first show, ran around naked, almost died twice. He got $1 million. I told him to leverage it to $20 million. He won't listen. He pissed it away, went to prison for 3.5 years, 10 years probation. Screwed that up, went back on probation violation. You see, your goal is to understand, to listen, and learn. You'll learn more today than you ever learned before. Isn't that fun? The United States of America Incorporated. They set up 50 corporations called states. They set up corporations called cities. They invented Chapter 9 bankruptcy in your face under the Federal Protection Act. They get to bankrupt the debt and stay in business and say, "Wee, look at me." Your problem is you didn't pay attention. You like bringing the pain home, don't you? All right, I think you should stop it starting today. Why don't you Google bankruptcy? What the hell? When you Google it, it says SSN, SS4. Huh. SSN, SS4. Who gets to file the bankruptcy the next time things go wrong? Oh, you're going to bring the pain home again and again? Or is it a corp division subsidiary? You can plan the problem and start screwing it up, but it's up to you. My dashboard say yes or no. I don't have to jack up a bunch of inquiries like you do. I add you to my system so you can get up to the $5 million mansion too. Wrap or rescore every time. Have to play $4.99, $500 card back to you. You get your money back to the card, and I pay for the first wrap it for you. You screw it up, you got to pay the next one because I actually paid it for you in the beginning. If you have a corporation, you want $1 million of credit, let me know. But you still got to go to class. Don't go to class. I can't teach you to play to be a certified CFO. So understand today, if you paid an attorney or CPA and incorporate you, you didn't learn diddly squat. You were ripped off as far as I'm concerned. Okay, you killed money. Do you know I learned that corporations are free when I was 9.5? You pay a little filing fee. And you know what? California's paying the filing fee for you till June of this year. Till this year, you don't pay the filing fee at all. But again, you don't have to be a sheep. You can learn for yourself. Here's a starter package. Rebuild the credit, wrap and rescore. Articles also tax ID. Set up level 1 Wednesday and Saturday with me. $5,000 of credit back to you. So the national average this morning for a corporation is $2,800. $2,800. You get nothing but a stupid piece of paper. Okay. Here's $2,000. You get $5,000 back. But during the broadcast, as you're going to learn to be the certified CFO, I discount that to half price. See, the average person wastes $1,000 a month on a bunch of crap. So if they invest $9.99, they get $5,000 back to themselves, all the goodies, and I repackage their life. What a concept. It's only during the broadcast. The minute in the making, $5,000, you get $25,000, $5,000 back to you. But during the broadcast, I discounted the half too. $2,499 repackaging, you get $25,000 of credit. That's 10 times your money you invested. It's a Zell a minute, and the message you Zell for. If you don't, you lost out. See, you got to beat your doubt, run your race. Let me repackage you, please. Ultimate goal. I like goodies. I like God's gift to mansions in the harbor, the race boats and yachts. I say the Ray Reynolds University.com. Helicopters, Lamborghinis, and buildings too. Now I need you to change your driver's license today. I want you to go to dnv.whateverstateyouin.gov, and I want your driver's license to be changed to mailing address, which is a P.O. box or mailing address, okay? I want you to protect more privacy. Now, when you buy a car, you're not going to do it your way. Your way kind of sucks, sorry. You lost $5,000, you got lost $5,000, you got basically sweated for 5 hours, you got 9 inquiries. All you had to do was on that piece of paper, you gave it to them, say your last 1 inquiry and take a picture. You could have set the tone that day, but you didn't do that. You allowed them to treat you like a sheep. From now on, cars are my way. Fleet price, tax ID division. Fleet price, tax ID division doesn't show up on personal report. It's a corporate write-off. You become a certified CFO. What a concept today. See, if you're the registered owner and there's a bumpity bump, they sue you, they take everything you got. Make the registered owner a division. That way they get diddly squat. But again, that's up to you planning the problem. Stop bringing the pain home. Ultimate goal, every piece of property you get should be a division. Your property, your house payment, your taxes. House payment should offset the taxes. From there, Amazon didn't pay any tax on the first 10 billion to trillion. Why would they? Ultimate goal. There's no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. He basically bought Twitter with a line of credit within 24 hours. He does have a spaceship, so do the other 2 guys. You could join the club and learn to win the battle too if you want to, but it's up to you. See, leveraging money, reference 3 times 5. I want you to think about that. Think again. Money, cash, offer a credit card, whatever. Reference 3 times 5. You see, here's Carl. Carl set it up and he listened and learned. He doesn't pay any state or federal tax ever. Walt Disney listened too when I worked for Cats years ago. They put all their ducks in a row. They're going to deduct taxes. $1 billion in cash, they're going to pay tax. Oh no, they wrote an IOU to themselves and pay no tax at all. Borrow money's not taxable. Leveraging money. It's in Newsweek. Check it out. See, you get with a specialist that gets to hold your hand every step of the way. Run your life through a corporation or conjunction, please. But it's up to you. As you structure today, pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. You get a paycheck. It's taxable income, right? You get the leftover. You pay the car payment, the gas registration, insurance. Why don't you yell no and start driving a company car like I do? Why not? Why don't you get an SS4 today? Go get an SS4, irs.gov. Line 10 says banking and credit purposes. It's public record. You can find out I'm telling you the truth. You don't have to be a duck anymore. You don't have to go quack, quack, quack. Simple. You get to learn to play. Nixon took the gold standard out. Every woman has to do an SSN at the hospital. An hour after the baby's going, wham, wham. Well, the baby goes in the stroller and the car seat goes home. Everything I do is rules and tools. All right, you buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, trust. Oh, you have a house that's not in a trust today? That's called dumb. They sue you, they take it away. When you die, it's stuck in the probate. Your family got diddly squat. Oh, you fix up a property, you hire the contractor? Oh, goody for you. They hire the subcontractor that stand outside Home Depot. Good workers. But if they slip, fall, and sue, they're going to take everything you got. My way, they're going to get diddly squat. All right, again, why don't you look up irrevocable trust, too? That's step number 19 today. Got 6 more to go. We get to play. I give people almost every day, Ray, I don't want to pay tax. I tell them to knock off the crap. You cannot play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. If you tried it, go to irs.gov, 656 433 A and B. Solve your problem starting today. It's very simple to do. Step 20. So now we have to think about if you want to be an OPM. I'm the original one anyway. Why don't we buy everything at wholesale price, save up to 70%? Let's fix up properties too. We don't pay a bill for 30 to 60 to 90 days. And if you close escrow and got up to 200,000 left over, what most people do is they kind of piss it away and they're broke the next day. Stop! Leverage that to 15 to 20 million, please. Raise rules, leveraging money. Borrow money is not taxable. Line of defense. That's blackjack, step 21. Is that okay with you? You see, here's my location before I died in that coma. One Technology Drive, 22,000 square feet. 2008 was the greatest year of my life, up to $1 million a day in 3 locations too, out of state. But again, in 2009, I got to go in a coma and die and stole everything I had. I came back homeless again, embarrassed in front of the whole world. It did take me 6 weeks to build $1 million of credit. I don't stay down, and from now on, neither do you. It's called see it, believe it, go get it. So I will tell you what to do, and I pray to God you pay attention and you follow through and don't think. Just do what I tell you to do. 1,000 steps to millionaire. Become a certified CFO. 2023, $5 million year. Let's reach all your goals this year. Checkbook money. I like checkbook money, don't you? So if you didn't get a corporation before the year ended, you want the 2 years now. I'll give you a California one. You qualify in any state you want to qualify for $19.99. I'll give you $10,000 of credit with that too. That'll help you get the 2 years for the checkbook money. It's a zell. Up to you. So I learned a corporation's a legal person at 7.5. May sue or be sued. Divisions of corporations gets credit too. Line of defense. Tax ID builds credit reports and cash credit. And basically you can get some checkbook money too. 7 reasons why I want to build your Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. And when I do it, I want you to think about 9 divisions if you want $1 million of corporate credit. That's line of defense. So I always add 2,000 of history, tax ID, and the paperwork for you. I set up the credit reports. I charge $500 a piece. 3 are usually $1,500. If you zell, now, up to you. 2023, believe it or not, it's going to be your year. I got a schedule 6 days a week. I'm on live. All right, there's no reason you can't follow and play. 6 days a week, I'll answer your questions and I'll get through the past and we'll rebuild you too. This is called setting the tone for 3 days. 3 days, you'll get level 1, 2, 3 in specialty classes and 50,000 of credit, up to 14,000 of bonuses. We're going to go through the 18 books in those 3 days online. It's normally 10,000. It's $49.99 today. Ultimate goal. If all you want is the boot camp with no bonuses, no classes, and no cash credit, it's $1,000 a day. Ray Reynolds Millionaire Member. This one's called the 6-month boot camp, which I got to interview you right away to figure out how I blueprint you. And when I interview, I got to inventory you. I got to rebuild you. I got to look at your goals and see how I'm going to reach them all for you. I'm going to do most of the work for you. All right, so you get the keys. All right, and you learn to play. I'm Zooming every 2 weeks. First Zoom is January 9th, 2023. Calls every week with the whole group. And one-on-ones too. 6 months. Level 1, 2 and specialty classes. First class starts January 4th. Most of you, if you're clients from last year, you don't get in January 4th unless you get more classes or get in a boot camp or something. From there up to $100,000 a credit. So then we can build it and show you how to daisy chain it to up to $5 million based on your divisions. It's a $10,000 package. It's $5,000 down, $1,000 a month for 5 months, pay in full, 10% discount. Simple. From there, you get setting the tone for free those 3 days. And if you don't want any bonuses or classes, it's $49.99, $5,000, 10% discount, paid in full, $999, $1,000 a month. It's up to you. Broadcast price to you. Ultimate goal. In the Zelle, always put what you Zelle for. Now, what are you willing to lose? I made 2 promises as a kid. One, I would never get married unless I could blueprint and make sure I never brought the pain home. I made sure I kept that promise. From there, I'd never hold a child unless it was my own baby. I kept that promise too with my first daughter. So family, I can't hurt the family, ever. I'd rather die. From there, a corporation. If they sue it, they sue you. So it's got to have divisions. When we play chess, I want to make sure we both understand we lose pieces on both sides. That's called divisions. But at the end of the day, we get to win, called checkmate. Step 23, ultimate goal. 5 referrals sign up, you get up to $10,000 of credit. See, reaching the goal, reaching the dream. Think to be the impossible. I've done it all my life because I don't listen to a bunch of dummies. Corporation, divisions, training people to be a CFO and go and get the money. So if you allow me to add you to my system, I can rebuild you. Got to analyze you first so I can show you how to get the American dream. Ultimate goal. So today, never have joint credit. Buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, trust. A corporation, just a piece of paper. Whoever pays more than the filing fee kind of killed money. A division for real estate, franchise, current business. And you got to set up your line of defense because you never know when blank's going to hit the fan. I give corporate credit as a bonus so you can write it all off and take away your excuses. Okay, don't worry, no one on the planet does what I do besides me. Step 24. You could become the certified CFO. So the goal is very simple today, $750. Rebuild your credit, rapid rescore. From there it's $499. $500 bonus cash back to you. If you did a corp before you met me, you paid too much money. Should have just paid the filing fee. In California, they're giving the filing fee away for free. So you don't have to be a sheep anymore. Starting package. Rebuild the credit, rapid score. Articles also as tax ID. $999 setup in level 1 twice a week, Wednesday and Saturday, 10 a.m., $5,000 back to you, 5 times your investment. From there, millionaire in the making, $24.99. You get up to $25,000 of bonus cash credit. That's 10 times your investment back to you. And in the Zelle, always put what you Zelle for and your email address too. See, everyone should become a corporate millionaire. The banks and grocery stores kind of do this in front of you. Your goal is to start looking. Stop number 1. Stop bringing the pain home. Become a certified CFO. And program your brain into millionaire status. And please start looking behind the curtain. We stay safe. We stay strong. We do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. At the end of the day, I would say Zelle, now. If you need to talk to a specialist, 800-510-3338. The ultimate goal to do. From there, we have to realize one thing. We do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. And at the end of the day, never forget, God loves us all.